Hello everyone, I welcome you to today's class. And our topic today will be exponential simultaneous equation. And here on the board we have a question. Follow me as we solve it together, okay? Now, it will be very easy for you to identify these two equations as an exponential equations because we've been able to explain deeply in our past class, okay? Now, we have said exponential equations are equations that have variables as an exponent, okay? Now, how do we solve this? That is the main concern today. Now, we have 2 raised to power x plus 2y equals to 1. Name this equation as your equation 1. And we have 3 raised to power 2x plus y equals to 27. Name this as your equation 2. Okay. Now, in exponential simultaneous equation, what we do is sometimes there are some of these exponential equations that you can convert to a linear equation or quadratic equation using your law of indices. Okay. Now, let's see if this will be one of them. Now, this one from equation 1, From equation 1, we have 2 raised to power x plus 2y equals to 1. I can make 1 as an exponent, as a number that has an exponent. And 1 is the same thing as 2 raised to power 0. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. 3 raised to power 0 is 1. Anything that has an exponent of 0 will be 1. X raised to power 0 is still 1. Okay? So now what I will now have is, this is my equation 1. So this 2 raised to power x plus 2y will now be equals to 2 raised to power 0. So my 2 raised to power 0 is still my 1. What I've just done is I apply one of the law of indices that said anything raised to power 0 is 1. All right? Now the next law of indices I need to do is by what? By equating the indices. How do we equate indices? By as long as the indices at the left hand side and the right hand side have the same base, then you can equate them. If I have 3 raised to power x equals to 3 raised to power 20, for example, you see the base are the same. So I can equate them by removing the base, and the power will be the same. The power will be equal, okay? So x will now be equals to 20. Do you understand? So that's what we want to do. As long as the base are the same. Sometimes when you're equating indices, the power may be the same. For example, if I have x raised to power 3 equals to 4 raised to power 3. In this case, it is the power that is the same. So what you need to do is you remove the power, whereby the base will be equal, okay? So automatically my x will be equals to 4. Do you get it? All right. That is the way we equate indices. Okay, now therefore, my x plus my 2y will now be equals to 0. This will be my equation 3. So my equation 3 and my equation 1 are the same. What did I use to make it the same? Law of indices. Okay, now because I've explained that there are some we can solve exponential equations by using indices or by using logarithm, and some of them can be solved simply without using law of indices. Okay, now from equation 2, my equation 2 says 3 raised to power 2x plus y is equivalent to 27. This is my equation 2. So I can also apply the law of indices by saying 3 raised to power 2x plus y is same thing as this 27 is same thing as 3 in 3 places. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is now 27. Do you get it? All right, let's go on. So automatically, if I equate the indices, you see that the base are not the same, not the top. I'm talking about the base. Okay, coincidentally, the power and the base are the same at this point, but we're not looking at the power, we are looking at the base. The base are the same, you see. So you just remove the base and the power will be equal. So when I equate the power will now be the same thing as, then when I have x, 2x plus y equals to 3, and this will be my equation 4. Now I have equation 3 to be linear and equation 4 is not linear. That shows that my equation 1 has been changed from exponential equation to a linear equation, and my second exponential equations has been changed to a linear equation. Okay, now we cannot solve equation 3 and equation 4 simultaneously. Okay, and how do you solve it simultaneously? You use any of the methods which we have explained in our previous class, either by elimination method, substitution method, or by graphical method. I want to use elimination method. Somebody said, can you use substitution method? Yes, I can. Somebody says, use substitution method. If I want to use substitution method, I will use it. We need to be used with it. So how do you do that? My equation 1. Equation 1 says x plus 2y equals to 0. This is my equation 3 rather. Equation 3. So I can make x the subject of the formula. So my x is now equivalent to what? Minus 2y. Somebody say, how do I get minus 2y? 0. If plus 2y comes to the other side, it becomes minus 2y. So my x is equivalent to minus 2y. Do you get it to that point? So now what I need to do next is you substitute x equals to minus 2y in equation. Don't forget, this is my equation 5. And equation 5 and equation 3 are the same. Equation 1, equation 3, equation 5 are the same. This one is the exponential form. This is the linear form. This one is I just make x the subject of the formula. So don't go and put equation 5 in equation 3. That will be a total error. Okay, mathematical error. All right. So I put x equals to minus 2y in, I can put it in equation 1, in equation 2, because equation 1 and this equation 5 are the same thing. So if you put it in equation 1, you make a mistake. If you put it in equation 3, you make a mistake. The only equation that is available is equation 2 and what? Equation 4, because equation 2 and equation 4 are the same. Okay, somebody say, please write it out. Equation 1, equation 3, and equation 5. These three are the same. Why equation 2 and equation 4 are also the same. So this thing you have gotten, you can only use equation 2 or equation 4, depending on which one you want to use. All right. So I'll prefer to use this. Somebody say, use equation. Let me use equation 4. I can use this. You can use your equation 2 if you are so used to your indices law, because it may be complex and you may be lost. Okay. So now we have equation 4 says what? 2x plus y equals to 3. And that is my equation 4. That's the only equation I can use apart from equation 2. Okay, now you insert your x. So we have 2 into bracket. What is the value of my x? Minus 2y plus y equals to 3. 2 times minus 2y will give me minus 4y plus y equals to 3. Minus 4y plus y will give me minus 3y. You have a debt of 4, you have 1. If you pay 1 out of your debt, you are left with 3 debts, okay, equals to 3. So you divide through by minus 3. So I want to remove minus 3 from y. So how do I remove minus 3 from y? Minus and 3 are joined to y by multiplication, and they will be separated by what? By division. So we have minus 3y divided by minus 3 equals to 3 divided by minus 3. So minus will cancel minus, 3 will cancel 3. So my y will be equals to minus 1. 3 divided by minus 3 will give us minus 1. Do you get it? Okay. So you substitute your x, you substitute your y equals to, what? Minus 1 in, you can use equation 5, you can use any of the equation you want. Okay? I want to use equation 5 because it will be more simple for me in equation 5. So equation 5 says x equals to minus 2y. So my x will now be equals to minus 2. My y is what? Minus 1. So my x will be equals to minus times minus will give me plus. 2 times 1 will give me 2. Okay, that shows my x is 2. So my x equals to 2 and my y equals to minus 1. So you can write it like this: x comma y equals to 2 comma minus 1. Okay, that is your x. And I've used substitution method. Somebody said use elimination method. Okay, that is fine. I will use it. I will use elimination method. We need to be practicing the two method. If I want to use elimination method, which we have explained in the previous class, the two equation, the first equation is we have x. We have the two equation. We have the first equation. Have I cleaned it? The first equation, this is equation 4. I think the first equation is x plus 2y equals to 0. This is my equation 2. And we have, my equation 3. And we have my second equation, that is 2y plus, 2x plus y equals to 3. This is my equation 4. These are the two equations you solve simultaneously. All right? Okay? So, now you see, which one do you want me to eliminate for? I can eliminate any of them. Is it y or x? Okay? Which one do you want me to eliminate first? Is it y or x? If I want to eliminate x, that shows I have to make the coefficient of x to be 2 rather, so that they have the same coefficient. If I want to eliminate y, I have to make the coefficient of this y in this second equation to be 2. And I have to multiply this one by 2. So which one do you want me to? Let me eliminate y. If I want to eliminate y, I multiply this one by what? By 1. And I multiply this one by what? By 2. So that this one will be 2 and this one will remain as 2. Do you understand? Okay, now we now have this. So 1 times x will remain x. 1 times 2y will remain plus 2y equals to 1 times 0 will be 0. 2 times 2x will be 4x. 2 times plus y will be plus 2y. 2 times 3 will be what? 6. So you see we have 2. So we have plus. And I've said if the coefficient have the same sign, what will you do? You subtract. So x minus 4x will give me minus 3x. Minus 1 minus 4 will give me minus 3. Okay? Plus 2y minus plus 2y will give me 0. 0 minus 6 will give me minus 6. So therefore, my minus 3x equals to minus 6. If I divide both sides by what? If I divide both sides by minus 3. That shows I want to remove this minus 3. So I divide both sides by minus 3. So I have minus 3x divided by minus 3 equals to minus 6 divided by minus 3. Automatically, my x minus will cancel minus, 3 will cancel 3. So I'm left with x. So my x will now be equals to what? 2. Because minus will cancel minus. 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So my x will be 2. What do you get our x? Your x is 2. Have you seen it? So you can substitute your x equals to 2 in any of the equation you like. Either equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, equation 4, in any of the equation. I want to use equation, let me use equation 3. Equation 3 says, my equation 3 says x plus 2y equals to 0. This is my equation 3. Okay? So my x is what? Is 2. So I have 2 plus 2y. That is 2y equals to 0. Okay? Do you get it now? So I can decide to bring 2 to the other side. So I have 2y equals, if 2 cross this equals to, becomes minus 2. Do you understand? So 2y will now be equals to 0 minus 2 will be what? Minus 2. If I divide both sides by 2, so my y will be equals to what? Minus 1. If you divide this 2y by 2, you get y. Divide minus 2 by 2, you get minus 1. So you see my x is what? 2. And my y is minus 1. You see? Y is minus 1. Do you see? Somebody say, prove to us that this answer you have gotten is 2 and minus 1. Okay, we'll prove it. Let's prove. Allow me to clean this place so that we can check our answer. It is good to check your answer so that you are sure that you don't make a mistake. So we'll go back to our exponential. If we insert our value of x and y, and after inserting them, we'll get our answer to be 1. And you insert your x and y in this one, and your answer is 27. You get it. Let's go. Check. Let's check. Sorry, I'm right-handed. Check. If I check, okay, substitute x equals to 2 and y equals to minus 1. Okay, so we have what? What do we have? We have 2 raised to power x plus 2y. And this is the same thing as your x is what? 2. We have 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 times your y is minus 1 times minus 1. So this is the same thing as 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 times minus 1 will be what? Minus 2. 2 minus 2 will be what? 0. That is 2 raised to power 0. And 2 raised to power 0 is what? 1. Do you see? That is the way to check. So all this expression, when we put our x and y, it is equals to y. Let's check the second one and see. Let's check the second one. Okay, we have 3 raised to power 2x plus y. Let's put our x and y. So we have 3 raised to power 2 multiplied by our x is what? 2. 2 multiplied by 2 plus my y is what? Minus 1 plus minus 1. And this is equals to 3 raised to power 2 times 2 is what? 4. Plus times minus 1. Okay? Plus times minus 1 will be minus 1. So this is now equivalent to 3. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. 3 raised to power 3 will give us what? 27. Have you seen it? So this is the way to check if what the value of your x and y you have gotten, if they are valid. Okay? And that's how to check. Do you enjoy the class? Kindly subscribe to my channel. See you in my coming class. Bye.